Good morning, and Girl with MS here. A lot of people have asked me about what it felt like when I was first diagnosed with MS and what it was like. Because a lot of times people see me today and they think, "What's the matter? You look fine. You look great, in fact." MS is often the invisible disease because sometimes you don't see it. To me, it's a little visual now because I've picked up some tremors sometimes that become more exacerbated. Sometimes I need a cane for balance. My balance got a little wonky there for a while, but what really happened was it's been 13 years. I actually can't believe it's been that long, but it's been 13 years since it hit me really hard. I was traveling through Guatemala with a few friends, basically across the country. We had a map, backpack stuff, suitcases, things. We just traveled all over. It was a great time. But during that trip, I got sicker and sicker, and I didn't know what was happening. I started losing my balance. My vision totally went cat eye. I mean, just like vertigo and spinning. And there was a crab one day in my room. A crab. I'll never forget this. Poor little crab was on my day pack, or my backpack. Didn't belong there. But here I am standing in a chair just watching this thing spin around, and I'm like, God, man, get out of my bag, get out of my room. I finally did. I'm sure he did by now. But interesting, the people of Guatemala, there was a time where I was so sick, I mean, I really couldn't walk much unassisted. I looked like I was just constantly drunk and on drugs. I mean, I looked terrible. And the people there were so nice. They would come and get me. Various friends I made along the way, they'd come and get me and take me inland where I could have a licuado, which is what I could keep down, was kind of liquids, coffee. It started affecting my diet a lot. I definitely just felt like I was constantly seasick, except that I was a little nauseous, but it was more just certain smells would set me off. I remember the coffee fields, the fermenting coffee fields. That was a good one on me. But, by the time I got home, and in fact, the airport was pretty funny because I was coming back on the airport, and it was the year the Johnny Depp movie Chocolat came out, and everybody wanted Guatemalan chocolate. So, of course, I told my mother I would get some. And I'm walking through the airport, just literally hand over hand, trying to hold myself up. I'm by myself. I don't know what's wrong. I don't feel sick per se, but things are out of whack. I can't get out of this 3 martini whirlwind, and I've had nothing to drink. I mean, that was just maybe a 4 martini. I mean, it was bad. Trying to use my horrible Spanglish and asking this poor lady for some chocolate, all she could say was, "Oh, Americanos son locos," and I'm like, "I'm not crazy." Or what did she say? Or on drugos. And I'm like, no, there's just something wrong. Oh, I get home and finally get into a neurologist several weeks later and get the diagnosis. Sorry for the bumps. I didn't know anything about the disease, to be honest. My cousin was diagnosed just 3 months before me, and I really didn't know 2 months. Oh, loud sound. 2 months before me, so I didn't know anything about it. I had a lot to learn, and I have learned a lot over the years. The number one question I asked was, is it going to kill me? And they said no. And I said, okay, then bring it on. I can take it. I can deal with it. Let's do this. And from then on, I hit it with a positive attitude. That's a big difference, to be honest. And when someone says, no, you've got months to live, I can't even imagine what that's like. But with MS, we may have a lot of issues, and people do die of the disease. But right now, we have a lot of options to help us manage this. Okay, I'm going to end this because I just can't stand the sound. So this was my little beginning of what it was first like being introduced to MS, right? Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm wanting that quiet, serene moment back. Just bringing it back here. Quiet, serene moment. And we'll catch you all later.